going on, guys? My name is Austin, and this is the Bodies in Business podcast. I heard a really good saying this week, and it was called getting Ted Lassoed. And I heard it in the My First Million podcast with George Mack, and he's a British guy that's basically saying that what it means to get Ted Lassoed would mean that he said that a Brit usually has 2 times the intelligence of an American, but the American has 10 times the agency more than the Brit. And so the American can achieve 5 times more than the Brit because they are so much more willing to take action. And he talks about high agency being just a very good quality of any entrepreneur, because the high agency person is going to figure out what's working, what's not working, whereas the person who overthinks things rarely gets to step 1 and understanding how to even launch. And this goes along with Y Combinator. Their incubator, it goes right in line with them, is they say get a minimal viable product, get something that works, get it out to your users, get something that you can get feedback on. And I think this is very important because I tend to overthink things sometimes. And a lot of times it's just about getting out there and doing something and getting feedback and learning and understanding that it doesn't have to be perfect. And I go back to with this podcast. I say it's a podcast. I consider it a podcast. When you say it's a podcast, it means it's something, not just Austin talking into the nether world. But just with this podcast, this can be a 5-minute video talking about high agency, and it's a step in the right direction. And I can say, okay, well, this is something that affected me. This is something that resonated with me, because I think that if you are able to take action, if you're able to follow through with something and then learn from what you followed through with and make it better each time, that is going to allow you to iterate continuously on whatever you're trying to build. If you're trying to build something for the long term, you have to iterate over time. The first attempt at what you're trying to do is usually never going to be the best attempt. And so as soon as you can take action and actually do something, that is the first step in the right direction. Because when you're sitting at a table and you're thinking about, hey, what could go wrong? What could go right? What's the best way to do something? You're not going to know until your idea actually hits the real world. So quote/saying, you've been Ted Lassoed, really stuck with me. And I'm glad, I always say I'm trying to come up with better sayings, but that's something I'll probably use from now on when it comes to using ideas and not trying to overthink ideas. That's all I wanted to talk about. I think we'll leave it short and sweet today. Take action. They say that a lot of times we spend so much time trying to come up with the best perfect plan, whereas the perfect plan is never, ever going to happen. And the longer you take to come up with a plan that you think is the perfect plan, the less time you have getting feedback from your customers so that you can iterate off that stuff. So I'll leave it short and sweet. That's all I wanted to talk about, is have high agency and get out there, make things, get it out into your customers' hands, and get after it. Thanks for